You're not overwhelmed because you have too much work. You're overwhelmed because you're doing the same work over and over. And somewhere along the way, you decided that's just what owning a business feels like. And here's the real enemy, the guessing game. You don't know if AI could actually help your specific business. You don't know where to start. And even if you tried something once, you never knew for sure if it actually saved you money or it just kind of felt like you did. And that guessing game is what's kept you stuck. Today, that ends. I'm Buck. And before the profit manual, I scaled a bookkeeping company to 7 figures and I sold it. Mostly by getting myself out of task I never should have been doing in the first place. But by the end of this video, you're not guessing anymore. You'll know exactly what to hand to AI first. And I'm going to show you a free tool that puts a real dollar number on it. Stop asking, should I use AI in my business? Because that question's too big. And it's also why you've done nothing probably. I want you to start by asking one smaller question. Where's my time actually going right now? And that's a question you can answer today. And there are 5 steps to getting this right, and missing one can make this entire 5-minute process a complete waste of time. So step 1 is you need to know the number, the actual number, and the hours your team spends on repeat tasks every week and who's doing them. And see, here's why this matters more than it actually sounds like it does. Because say one task takes 2 hours a week, no big deal. That didn't sound like that much. But you run that over a year, that's over 800 hours. That's more than 2 full weeks of work gone on one task you've probably never ever once even timed. And you can't fix a leak you've never measured. None of that's going to work. So get your task management software and write down that number. And that's the whole first step. Now, if you don't know it, I want you to look at your calendar and make an estimated guess. That's a good starting point. Step 2, you want to fix the task that annoys you the most. Don't do that, okay? I want you to fix the expensive problem, not the annoying one. You're going to multiply your hours by what those people cost you. And that number is going to pick then your priority. It's not the way that you feel. Your gut's out of this. And here's the thing. Most of you are never going to sit down and build a spreadsheet yourself to figure this out. So I went ahead and built it for you. But before I show you the tool, guess what task owners think is going to be their biggest time suck? It's almost never the one they guessed. And it's called the what to automate first. It's free, it's on my site, and here's exactly what it does. See, you add a task, say it's drafting proposals and quotes, and that's the actual example it gives you. You put it how many minutes a week it takes. And just make a rough estimate here, okay, where you have your actual numbers, and say it's 2 hours. And there's 3 quick questions. Who does it? Is it an owner, a manager, or is it staff? Is it a repeatable task? Is it the same steps every time? Does it change based on judgment calls? And score high, medium, or low? And then what's the risk if something goes wrong? Are there money risk, legal? Is it a customer relationship? Is there a safety issue? Or is this just a minor annoyance and it's a pain in the butt, but no big deal? Because before you list a single task, it sets a dollar value on your time, and it defaults to $150 for the owner, $75 for a manager, and $25 for staff. But you can change those numbers if you actually know your real numbers. And after going over this, here's a pattern I see over and over when I sit down with business owners and run this. They assume that the big scary tasks, things like bookkeeping and payroll, something like that feels heavy, is going to be the top of your list. Y'all, it's almost never that. It's actually something small and dumb, like trying to remember what was said at the meeting or reformatting a report. That's actually quietly eating more hours than anything else in your business. And I'm going to show you mine. Years ago in my own bookkeeping company, I ran this exact exercise by hand. I assumed the time was going to client calls and spending time on Zoom. The stuff that really felt important. It wasn't, okay? My team was burning almost 8 hours a week just reformatting reports before they went out. 8 hours a week just reformatting. I would have bet money against that number and I would have lost. See, once you've listed your task, the tool is going to total your hours and it's going to show you what they're actually costing you on a monthly basis, and then flags which ones are strong candidates for AI. Then it hands you a 30-day plan, a real roadmap for the first one to fix. And it's not like here's a tool, good luck. It's just a number and a weekly action item. And proposals are just one line item. So give you a quick shot. Here's what's actually on that checklist. Things AI is already doing inside service businesses like yours right now. They're collecting reviews and testimonials. They're drafting proposals and quotes. They're drafting overdue invoices. They're rewriting website copy. They're writing job descriptions and hiring posts. They're sending client update emails. It's turning meeting notes into actual action items, creating content for social media. And those are just a few of the tasks. They're all on your team's plate right now and all candidates. So here's a quick gut check. I want you to comment right now. A, if you already know exactly what task is costing you the most. And B, if you genuinely have no idea. And I want to go and I read these. And if you're a B, that tool is about to be your favorite 5 minutes this week. So now grab it in the comments. Step 3. I now want you to build a checkpoint or AI is going to embarrass you. I'm sorry, it happens. See, Deloitte, the accounting firm, used AI to help write a 440,000 government report. It shipped with made-up court quotes and citations to studies that don't even exist, and Deloitte had to hand back part of the fee. So how do you fix that? It's one review step before it reaches a client. And that's how you keep AI in its actual lane. Now, the final step, the last step, is hand it to someone who isn't you. The accounting firm I worked with was manually pulling daily revenue numbers from 7 different reports. It took about 15 minutes a day and an extra hour every Monday from the weekend. The accountant, they didn't trust anyone else to touch it, and we didn't take it away from her. We just handed it to her VA with a checkpoint. Every Friday, the VA runs a period-to-date total against the real numbers and shares it with the accountant. We automated the reports to email themselves in and built a workbook with the help of AI that combined all 7 reports into what her system actually needed. So what happened? 15 minutes a day plus an hour every Monday, down to 2 minutes every time. They're 90 days in and have had 0 errors. And the accountant, she still gets her Friday check. She just doesn't have to do that type of work anymore. If this actually helped, instead of just hyping you up, I want you to go ahead right now and hit subscribe, because there's new videos like these every single week. Now, the guessing game is the only thing that's ever been standing between you and this. It's not your business. It's not your team. It's just not knowing where to start and never being sure if it actually worked. So I want you to click the link below, run the free checkup, takes 5 minutes, and you'll have a real number on what your top 3 tasks are costing you, and a little 30-day action plan for the first ones to fix. And here's what that actually gets you back. You see, it's the hours you get back are the hours you finally have time to install EOS, eMyth, Clockwork, whatever framework you already know and already believe in, but you never had the bandwidth to actually build and implement because you were buried in tasks exactly like the ones in this video. If you're a visionary, you get this. See, you know the frameworks, and now go get the time to actually run them. Your business, your plumbing business, your business doesn't need more hours. It needs fewer things that depend on you. I'm going to show you how in the next one.